All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you guys on bright and early. I'm sorry that Gabriel, you missed your bus this morning. Missed lots of things, all of the things. So, well, as normal, we'll kind of wait a few minutes to get this party started. Give people some time to hop on. In the meantime, I can post or put up some useful info. All right, we're going to start with social psych lectures today. How's everyone doing? Yeah, good question, Akash. Yeah, it's only over social and developmental psychology. Aileen, this is the review for both. So, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things to cover. So, but don't die. And yeah. Lots to cover, but we'll get through. We'll be good. Stay strong, kiddos. Stay strong. So, okay. Well, 22 is good enough, Mr. Monk. I will. Send me the link, and I'll watch that tonight, right after the stream. Can you actually do that for me, Lori? That'll be a good reminder. Is it on YouTube or? I immediately just thought, Janelle, you're fine. Just keep breathing and believe in the you that believes in yourself, and you'll succeed. You'll be great. Yep. WYMM? What does that mean? WYMMM? Your Stotson curve says I'll be unproductive. That's unfortunate. It's all online. Y'all chill. Oh my gosh. Y'all relax. Breathe. What? With a life path? What? Someone explain to me what WYMM means. I'm not with this. I don't know what all you hipsters are talking about. No, but she said WMMM. Listen, Hiba, I can't help you. I'm doing the best. I know. Oh, but you said what you MMMMM. That's what was said. So I didn't know what was going on. Oh, did you explain? Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I'm now. Okay. Wait, what? Okay. All right. So we've got a lot of very upset children. So high key want to drop out. This is too much to handle. Yes, I hereby recognize by high key that this is serious. So, oh, emphasis. Okay, usually I use capital letters for emphasis. So, yes, well, here, let me, hold on. Okay, everybody. I think we all just need to take a second and just do some breathing. Just relax. Just let me grab Teddy. Maybe Teddy will help. Teddy, come here, bud. Come on. Come on. Yeah. No, he was napping. So everyone just take a look at Teddy. Just stay calm. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be well prepared for this quiz and test tomorrow. You're gonna do great. And you know, Teddy just believes in you. Right, Teddy? Thank you. Yes. That's gonna be okay. Nice soft breathing, relax, and just know that Teddy believes in you. That's not true. He doesn't know who you are. He just wants to go back to his nap. Yeah? Are you done with this? Or do you want me to keep hitting you? He's been, like, kind of lame today. I went bike riding with him in this morning, and then he's just been, like this. See? He just wants to, like, snooze. So, alright. Can we get back to my stream? No? You're still here? You good? Alright. Alright, guys. Bye, Teddy. We'll talk to you later. Okay. Is everyone good? Are you guys happy? You guys relaxed? Okay. So, we are going to get after this. Now that you are calm, we can you can just lame as in he's just been like tired and like not wanting to do things. So I mean, he is lame, but that's fine. Just Lori, if you just want to post it to here, if you have a link, just post it on here so I can watch it. I'll like copy and paste and put it somewhere else so I can watch it later. So okay, so let's do this. I am here to help. You're right, Ion. He is doing his best. So, okay, all right. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna I have 2 chapters to work through, so we're gonna breeze through this really quickly. I am not gonna spend too much time on this kind of stuff because I want to make sure that you guys you get this. Yes. Oh, you can't. Okay. Here, just send it to my email address. There's my email. Oh, geez, guys. And no pizza this time. I felt like I might get flamed if I had pizza again. So you'll probably never see me eat pizza in front of you again, or at least not on this stream. Okay, so let's do this. So, okay. No, you're not, Arian. You're not sorry at all. Secretly made you happy. You did this on purpose. You've ruined me. That's okay. I'll survive somehow. Okay, so social psych's pretty simple. Do I need to zoom in? I'm trying to figure out what you guys can see, how well you guys can see based on what I've got. Gotta like, Pizza Hut's the worst. Yes, Akash, you're so smart. Pizza Hut is garbo. And anyone who says otherwise is cray. Straight cray. Okay. I'll get rid of this. There we go. Do we have to know the types of attachment or the stuff? Yes. Yes. I know that is probably true. You'd only get flamed if it wasn't Pizza Hut. That's fair. Yeah. Yes, Maggie. Social and Social and developmental psychology. Okay, social psych, as we know, easy peasy, study of how individuals are affected by the group. So looking at the individual and seeing how they are influenced by what's happening with the group. Okay. No, it doesn't, Gabriel. It has terrible because it's like sugary. Like Pizza Hut should not have like You taste the high fructose corn syrup or whatever garbage they put in there. Oh, gross. Okay, I'm disappointed in you, Gabriel. No, Mahira, no, it's wrong. It's all wrong. Okay, so next we are looking at attribution theory. So once again, when we're talking about attribution theory, we are talking about how do we explain other people's behaviors? Why are they doing this thing? Um, uh, Samira, I don't need to fight you. I just need to fail you, and that's very simple to do. Just be like, "Ooh, Samira, grade goes to a 0." Okay. So attribution theory. Once again, you are explaining why someone is doing something, explaining a behavior, explaining what is going on. And so when we do that, we make a decision between one of two things. Either this is part of their personality, or this is because this is part of a situation. They're doing this because something has happened. So when we are looking at one of these two things, we oftentimes make a mistake, and this is the fundamental attribution error. So tendency for observers when analyzing another person's behavior, oftentimes it's people's behavior that we don't really know. We don't know much about them. We tend to believe that this is based on the person, as it says, person's disposition, which is their personality. It's based on the person's, like, the reason why they're doing this is mostly because it's on their personality. Uh, I'm gonna go over. No, I'm gonna go over. I'll go over all those things. Yeah, I need to go over the quiz stuff first. So hold on to that, Ion, and then we'll go over that. Okay. I didn't use this example in class, but I really like using this example, especially for you ladies out there. Like, this is, 7 to 10 women have had their actions of kindness been misread as sexual innuendo, and so like, so it happens a lot for guys thinking that they, a girl's being nice to you, and guys misread it as like, oh, she must really like me or something like that. So I'm a guy, so this has never happened to me. I haven't had this issue before, but I am sure that there are some of you girls out there that have had that issue, kind of like pop up where you're just being nice to a guy, and then all of a sudden I've fallen prey to that. I'll admit that I've been one to fall prey to that. So they were just being nice, and I was just like, oh my gosh, they must love me. So, okay, so that's the attribution theory. So once again, what that's saying is that the girl is being nice, and so the person believes that that's how they, like, 100% feel, instead of like, oh, well, I just dropped my stuff, and so she was just being helpful. When the guys are just like, oh no, she must really think she must have the hots for me. Yes, Arian. That's exactly what you should take away from that. Oh my gosh! Wait, Janelle, do you watch The Good Place? Good Place? You seen that? Is that why you said "what the fork"? Because if you did, I'm so proud of you. That show, The Good Place, it's so good, so good. Yeah. Okay, so next, self-serving bias. Oh yeah, I I think a lot of people relate to Arian in a spiritual manner. Yes, it's a great show. It's good. Yeah, What the Fork. It's a great show. Great show, worth your time. Okay, so self-serving bias. Still talking about attribution theory. Still talking about how we, attribute someone's behavior. Why are they doing this thing? Well, when we're talking about us, we are always looking at our own actions in a favorable manner. I helped a old lady cross the street. Why? Because I'm the greatest person on the planet. I stole something from work. Well, I just needed a couple pens and pencils. It's not a big deal. So that's that attribution theory. If you have issues with that, let me know. So we're talking about persuasion over here. I've got tons of info on this persuasion thing. A symbolic process in which communicators try to convince other people to change their attitudes. Easy. Okay. So I don't know how you like on here. I wish you could like. Let's see. I don't know how to do this. Anyways, Maggie's comment. There we go. Okay. So difference between central and peripheral. Central route is you're trying to, um, persuade them based on the concept of what you're doing. So hey, let's take a trip to Sydney. Well, why? Well, Sydney's awesome. It's in Australia, one winter. They've got lots of great sights. It's beautiful, good weather, blah 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 blah. All those things. So you're just telling them exactly what's really great about Australia. And in another way, peripheral route would be like, hey, let's go to Australia. Why? And then you kind of like use other aspects to do it, because you'd be like, well, you'd have like, some actor or model like showing them the thing, um, or um, you know, as it says in this one, like having someone dressing up really nicely. It's not, you're not explaining why you should go because it's a great place. You're explaining why you should go because of these other aspects. So that's central peripheral route persuasion. Easy peasy. Um, guys, just recognize that some of this like is just like extra fluff. Like you don't need to know the elaboration likelihood model. I just trying to give you guys more information just to help if someone's like a little gray on the topic. So some of this has extra stuff. Okay. Norms and roles, just remember these are both unwritten rules. Norms are about how you're supposed to behave. And roles is just specifically like within your what you are doing, as it shows you here: daughter, sister, brother, student, worker, all that stuff. So just unwritten rules on how what you're supposed to do, um, in that space. Okay. All the experiments. Okay, so Phillips and Bartos experiment, as it said here, be familiar with the experiment, repercussions, all that stuff. Okay. Uh, we did not talk about groupthink. I just didn't get to it. So you don't need to know this. So ignore that stuff. Conformity, as you know, yielding to group pressures. Make sure that you know about the Ash experiment that goes along with that, which is just like the let me scroll past groupthink so you don't have to look at it anymore, but you don't need to know it. So just know about that experiment where they had all those lines, and then you had the 5 or 6 people that were watching. One of the people was the one that you were like studying, and they broke the mold. They went along with a group of people, even though the group of people were answering the wrong thing. And so just recognize that being a part of a group is a huge deal for us humans. We don't like to rock the boat. We don't like to be seen as outsiders or whatever. We'll put up with a lot of crap in order to get away with it, or in order to be a part of a group. Okay. Nani. Akash, I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Okay. Make sure you know. Oh, stop highlighting. Why are you highlighting? Undo. Okay. So make sure that you know about Stanley. Oh, thank you, Ion. Yes, I don't understand memes. Um, Akash, take 2 seconds and hop on YouTube and just here. I'll post it. This will take you. Shoot, here, that's the long one. Sorry, I'm just posting. Here's a link. Here's a link to that video. Yeah, so you can just watch that. It'll take you 4 minutes. It's real simple. It's good. Okay, so make sure you know the Stanley Milgram's obedience study kind of recognized the implications of following orders and recognize that, like, this is a reasoning behind a lot of things that we do. A lot of, like, hey, I've been told to do this. I'll post another video. This is just like a shorter version of the video we watched, and it's got some original, just original looks at what it looks like and what the people did. So all the same, really. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah, that's whatever that other thing is. That's bystander effect. Okay. So, did we talk about social? Okay. So we also didn't talk about these. No, we did talk about social. We didn't talk about de-individuation and group polarization, which I really should do at some point, but it's real simple. I'll talk about it probably on Thursday afterwards, just because it's concepts that you need to know. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, social facilitation, tendency for us to do differently based on when other people are watching us. Remember that easy things are we do better, and hard things we tend to do even worse when we're watching them. Social loafing. You guys have all done group projects, so you know exactly what social loafing is. Altruism, doing something simply out of the desire to help, not because you feel obligated or out of duty, and also not because you expect to get anything back from it. And once again, this breaks a lot of these social conformity role, like these social norms, or these expectations on what most people are supposed to do. Oftentimes, these altruism breaks those concepts, which is great. It's cool. I like, people being kind to one another. We should do that. We should do that more often. Okay. So self-fulfilling prophecy, prediction that directly. So you make a prediction about itself, and it ends up becoming true, and so it kind of like becomes this cyclical thing where you believe something's going to happen, and then it like keeps happening again and again and again, because you have that belief. And we talked about how when you are in class and you're taking a test or whatever, and you're just like, oh, I suck in this class, and then you do poorly, and then that just kind of goes out of control. So Jane Elliott, blue eyes brown eyes experiment. This is a big experiment you need to make sure that you know, especially know like what's going on, what are the ramifications of it. I'll post this is the one we watched in class. Prejudice particularly, or can it apply to sexual? Oh, no, yeah. Prejudice. No, hold on. No. Prejudice. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. It's only got that on there. No, prejudice can be towards sexual orientation, religion, and stuff like that. Yeah. Great question, Daniel. I'm sorry. That is that is not just to that thing. I don't know, Chiedu. I don't know if all of them are on Schoology. I've got like the thing is that I want to give you guys as much as possible on Schoology, but sometimes I recognize that it's too much. So no, they're not. None of these are. Yeah, they're not on there. So it's just you get clogged up with too many things. Otherwise, like developmental's already. I mean, here, let's. How many do I have in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12? I mean, I've already got 12 links, and, like documents and or links to places on that. So no, they're not on there. Sorry, um, but I feel like sometimes it's too much. Make sure you recognize the difference between prejudice and discrimination. Remember, negative attitude versus action and behavior. Don't get that tripped up. There will 100 be a question on your test or quiz that's just like, this person does this thing, and then there will be like, is this prejudice or is discrimination? And you need to recognize if they did, like, if it's a certain behavior, that's discrimination. If it's just a negative attitude, it's prejudice. Okay. Um, okay. Not all, ethnocentrism is not only our culture is superior to others, but it's um, judging other people's culture based on your own. Okay, so okay, that's all of social psych. Do you guys need anything else? I'm going to give you guys like 30 seconds to gather yourself. Any other questions on this? And then I'm going to move forward. Okay, so let's start with examples of prejudice and discrimination, and I don't get to self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so um, an example of, once again, just recognize the difference. Prejudice is just like a negative thought. So yeah, oh, and I'll get you some examples. So prejudice would be like just, not liking people. I'm using some very low key stuff, but like just not liking people of who have brown hair. And so when you just like that negative attitude you have towards that group of people, just negative thoughts, negative ideas. When you see a kind of person like that that's on the television, it's just like immediately kind of like brown haired people, the worst. um, and you're not doing anything about it. There's no behavior, but there's just that negative attitude. It's just like you're just like, ugh. So you know, um, if you didn't like people with glasses on, whenever you saw people with glasses, you just kind of like sneer, kind of sneer your nose and just be like, why are you wearing glasses? That's so stupid. Like that's really dumb. And then discrimination would be like actually doing something about it. Like you see someone that has glasses, and so they're walking next to you, and you like knock their books out of their hands, or you like take their glasses and you throw them on the ground and you smash them. Um, or you, um, you know, slash their tires or call them names or say something to them that's negative. That's discrimination. That's when you're stepping out and you're actively doing something behavior wise. Does that make sense, Sam? Give me a thumbs up if that is helpful. Okay. Okay. So, Oyen, let me start with this. So, for self-fulfilling prophecy, have you ever like in the morning, the first thing you're kind of like you're feeling a little groggy, and you're just like, you know what, today's just going to be like crap. You're just like, I am not looking forward to what today has to offer. And so like you're still a little groggy and you're like moving around and you like stub your toe or you bang your knee on the desk, um, or you see people like your first period, your teacher's like in a bad mood, and just like small like little negative things that happen to us every single day. Like this is all like totally normal. Like people are in just grumpy moods. You bump into things like it's just normal, but they're negative, and so um, you're like kind of unknowingly making these predictions, but also like kind of helping those things along. And so, you're just like, I mean, it's a blanketed statement that today's going to be kind of crummy. And and so you kind of like something bad something small that is just normal, and on like a normal day you'd just be like, oh, this is inconvenient, but because you've predicted that it's going to be a bad day, you're just like, oh, I knew it. And so then you keep like adding on, like, I knew this was going to be a bad day, oh, this is terrible, and then something else bad happens and you're just like, oh, this is even worse. And so it just kind of like builds on itself. um Oh, yeah, yeah. Because mostly based off confirmation bias. I think I would say it's an aspect of it. I wouldn't say that is all of it. You could say that those two things, confirmation bias and self fulfilling prophecy, are play off each other, but they are not exclusive. Okay, good, Oyan. Yeah, and oh, of course, yeah, Ion. This could be a positive thing if you are just like, today's going to be a great day, and then your teacher gives you like a solid high five. You're like, oh my gosh, today is going to be a great day. Your teacher normally gives you solid high fives. It's not a big deal, but you could definitely use this to your advantage. You could definitely be positive about it and have positive outcomes and experiences. So cool. All right. So far, so good, boys and girls. So now we need to go to developmental. So, um, there's a lot of stuff to talk about with developmental. There's a lot of info here. So, yes. Ooh, why is that not on there? Yeah, in group and out group bias. Ooh, I'm sorry. I didn't talk. Why is that not on the notes? Hmm. Robbers Cave is important. What is the difference between the blue eyes and brown eyes study? Taha, let me come back to the Sheriff Robbers Cave. What's the difference between Blue Eyes, Brown Eyes experiment and Stanley Milgram's obedience experiment? Are you talking about because the kids are obeying what the teacher says? Um, Here's the difference. It is very human of us to here. Hold on. Yeah, like it is basic human nature to want to be better than other people. We are constantly comparing ourselves to others. And so the blue eye brown eye experiment, there was much less of like okay, actually think of the Milgram experiment. Yes, blue eye brown eyes is about prejudice and discrimination, but it's a good question. The Milgram experiment, you had the psychologist that was standing over the person um, in the suit, like consistently telling them, hey, like you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Where that wasn't the case in the blue eyes brown eyes experiment. She literally was just like, okay, that's what we're doing, here are some of the ground rules, and you saw the kids pick it up and make and grow and evolve. Like think about that kid that was just like, she was like, oh, where is my ruler, or like my yardstick, and the kid was just like, well, you should put it by your desk, you should hide it. She's like, well, why is that? I was like, those brown-eyed kids might get out of hand. And so we are constantly looking to we in a lot of ways we constantly want to look better than other people, and so it's a shortcut, it's a heuristic like that we talked about before. It's a shortcut, like, oh, this is a group of people that I am just already better than. And so it makes us feel better to recognize that we're better than other people. I mean, it feels good. Like that is why winning is great, because guess what? When you're a winner, you've beaten all those other people. It feels good because, hey, I'm better than you. So discrimination and prejudice can be so appealing because you literally take like an entire class or entire group of people and are saying, I am better than you are. And, you know, yeah, which sucks, but that's why it's different. Does that make sense? Like one was less like the teacher wasn't like constantly like telling them to do this thing. The kids really just kind of took off with it, and the Milgram experiment was like legitimately like constantly like doing what they believed was painful. So okay, so Taha, let me come back to give me a thumbs up or whatever. Make sure you know if that makes sense, Mohammed, and anyone else that was like confused or questioning that. Okay, so does Sheriff Roberts Cave experiment portray in-group and out-group bias? Yes, and just remember the Sheriff Roberts Cave was just like they took a bunch of kids, they split them up, and because they were different groups, they worked together. They wanted to. It was like what, the snakes and the eagles or something like that, and the snakes all wanted to be the best ever, and the eagles wanted to be the best ever, and so they really clicked as a group, and so that's that in-group bias. Everyone in your group is the best person ever. That's why it's so difficult to get in with my friend group, because only the coolest kids are allowed in there. Coach D is, and all those cool cats, like they're my inner circle. All those other lamos can't get in. So okay, good, Mom. And so and then then they just didn't like the other groups and stuff like that, or that the eagles didn't like the snakes and the snakes didn't like the eagles, and that's just out group bias. So yeah, Coach D that's my boy. I can send this video. Akash, I feel like sometimes you ask me questions that are really useful, and I need to be sure to explain. So thank you. This will take you 5 minutes. Watch. Yeah, dude. Soto, Coop. Oh yeah. Here's the crew right here. It's Copeman, Soto, the Bull, Hook, Diaz, and myself. That's like if you want to know who the cool teachers are at this school, bam. That's the inner circle right there. So no big deal. So we've been Clendenin and oh my gosh, what do you mean? What's tragic? Kane's cool, but he's like he's like got kids and stuff, so Moot is all the way down in K Hall, and she always hangs out with the volleyball people, so I don't know. She's cool, but I think she's got her own kind of circles. Yeah, poor Kane. Poor Kane. I'm not answering that question. That's not discrimination. No, that's in-group and out-group bias. In-group, out-group bias. Come on, guys. She's just simply out of my inner group. So it's not discriminate. Oh my gosh. No, it's in-group and out-group bias. I don't think less of her. She's just, she's not part of the inner circle. Wow. Wow, Ion. Harriet ain't right. She don't. What? Okay. Fine. We'll try to invite her out for the next thing. I might not like it, but no, she's cool. Like, she's actually really cool. I don't know. The social studies group, we see each other all the time. Oh, yeah. No. That's not going to happen. Okay. So let's get back to it. We've had our little diatribe. Okay. So developmental psych. Boys and girls. Why are you guys wanting... Coach Moot's cool, but there are other teachers. Why are you guys bringing up Coach Moot a bunch? Janelle, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. All right, so here we go. Developmental psychology. Okay, psychology specialty that studies how organisms change over time. So, Tran, yeah, no, yeah, Mr. Tran, yeah, Moot's a math teacher. Yeah, we got to get Tran in here. He's cool. He plays League of Legends, so, yeah. I've been talking. Diaz and I were talking about that earlier in the year, and then soccer started, so we've been focused. All right, we'll bring in Tran. Y'all chill, Janelle, chill. Tran man. All right, I'll be sure to call him that. I know, Janelle, right? Oh, it's so frustrating. He's so good at video games. That's crazy. That's not fair. All right. So wait. Okay, so a vote. Who should be allowed into the social studs crew? Because we're the social studs. Yeah, this is pretty important. Tran man. Nope, Sam, definitely not. Definitely not going to happen. Okay. All right. So, sorry, I'm getting distracted too. All right, we need to do this. Trumbull, Kane, all of the people, and Mr. Kane. He could be the dad of our group. He's not that old. He's only like, how much older is he than I am? I think he's only like 6, 7, or 8 years older than me. Yeah. All right, let's get back to it. We're going a little bit later today. The Quadster, Dr. Quadri. I don't know. He's cool, but I don't know about having my boss. Who's Mr. Johnson? I feel like I should know who that is. I don't know who that is. I feel bad. Yeah, Trumbull's cool. Trumbull's cool. He's cool. All right. So, people you need to know. Quadri 20, dude, right? Quadri's is the boss. English teacher, English 3. Oh, he's got like a goatee, doesn't he? Doesn't Mr. Johnson have a goatee? I think he's got a goatee. I think if I'm thinking right. I'm Mohammed, I'm pretty like selective with my I don't know a lot of people outside. Someone answer me if he's got a goatee. Goatee? Yeah, okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's cool. I just yeah. He's a good teacher? Good. We need more of those. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. That's good. I'm glad that you're actually learning something in that class. That's good. All right, so developmental psych. Okay, Jean Piaget. Make sure you guys know Jean Piaget. Theory of cognitive development. That's really all you need to know about him. Is that's what he put together. So that's your big thing. As it talks a little bit about here about like his disagreements with intelligence. Remember, he worked with he worked in intelligence before he moved out to developmental psychology, working with the likes of Alfred Binet and stuff like that. So remember, he's put together a bunch. Janelle, I'm not sure what you're asking on that question. Oh, no, you do. Yeah, like just like asking about him as a person. That's what you need to know. Okay, so here are the stages. I'm gonna blitz through these really quickly. I think we did a good job of explaining them in class. If you have a question about them, let me know. But I think you guys are pretty good with this. So child relies heavily on innate motor responses to stimuli. Remember, Piaget was just like, babies don't really think. They're not really processing information. It's just like trial and error, using their senses and actions. But there's not really a lot going on in their head. One of the major aspects of the sensorimotor stage is object permanence. Think of this as like one of the major steps in development is that recognition that things that are outside of their field of vision still exist. Games like peekaboo. So make sure you know object permanence. Those are like a couple easy questions. That'll be an easy question on the quiz and easy question on the test for you. Okay, pre-operational stage. Make sure that you are just familiar with all of the different parts of the pre-operational stage, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to get like a question about like a certain like a kid that like is just the world revolves around me. They can't see something from another person's perspective. And then it's going to be like, okay, what stage is this talking about? And it might not even say anything about egocentrism, but you need to know that egocentrism happens in the pre-operational stage. So be ready for something like that. There's definitely, I know of at least one question that is just like talking about a part of the pre-operational stage, but it never says that it's like the theory of the mind or centration or whatever. Okay, sense of self. First time when a child recognizes that they themselves are a person. Piaget saw this as like the catalyst, like the beginning of the pre-operational stage, when that kid's just like, oh my gosh, I'm a person. Okay, problems with this? Well, they literally just recognize that they themselves are people. There's no recognition that other people are people as well. And so it's just like everything revolves around them. They have difficulty seeing things through other people's viewpoints, stuff like that. Theory of the mind, recognitions that other people have thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. They learn that mom is no longer just a thing that they get food from, that she is a person, she has feelings, stuff like that. Animistic thinking, they take that to the next level. All inanimate objects also have feelings, and so they get, they really like the door, or they really like their stuffed animals, stuff like that. Centration, child's tendency to fixate on just one aspect of a problem or object. Remember, this is amazing. They are solving problems for the first time. This is so cool. However, they're still in that early stage. So they can really only solve it from one angle. So they're still pretty dumb, but that's okay. Like they're working on it. So you can trick kids into doing really dumb stuff, like picking the wrong juice bottle when you have a bottle that's got the same amount of liquid, and they take it and they pour it into the other one, and they're like, oh, it's that one, and you're just like, oh, you're so dumb. That's because they're solving this issue from only one angle. Irreversibility, so cannot reverse a problem. They see a problem, and you do something right in front of them, and they can't go back and work through that in their mind. So easy peasy, good stuff. Concrete operational, remember, kids start to think logically. They move through this centration. They're able to recognize new things or look at problems from different angles. They're able to work through stuff, which is great. However, what they can't do is they really struggle with abstract ideas. So sarcasm and using, concepts that just don't make any sense, laws and rules that don't make any sense, really kind of throw them off. And so sometimes, like, kids have a view of the world the way that the world should work, and when that doesn't happen, they get really upset because well, that's the way it's supposed to be, and you're like, no, that's not the way it is, and then they get really upset by that. So formal operational, this is where you guys are. You guys are smart and can think things abstractively, come up with creative solutions, all that jazz. Okay. Okay. Are we good with that? Do you guys have any questions about cognitive development? Any questions on cognitive development? Okay. Because otherwise I'm going to move forward. Good old Lawrence Kohlberg. Okay, so moving forward. So Lawrence Kohlberg was looking at moral development. Remember, he piggybacked off a lot of work. Can I explain reflection? Oh, that's just like it came straight from the it came straight from my slides. So this is like looking back on all of his work. What is excuse me. What are the thoughts about his work? Is he correct about stuff? So human cognition unfolds in basically the same sequence as he proposed. So he proposed that you move through the sensory motor, then the pre-operational, you get all of these things, and so the chronological order is correct. His specific ages weren't very accurate, and it shows that instead of like these big jumps in development, we more or less develop in a line. So, okay. And halo effect is just pretty people. Like we hang on to, just think about like a really attractive person, and when really attractive people do things, like we tend to, okay, so we take a specific physical trait about someone, and oftentimes we expand that trait to other things. So if you think someone is really attractive, well, you are much more likely to think highly of that person because of that one physical trait. And so that's why, like when we find out that beautiful, really attractive actors do something really bad, we're like, what? Like, no way, I can't believe that happened. So that's the halo effect, is that people that we find more attractive, or have positive traits, we think higher of. So that's a halo effect. Good question. Sorry, that's still social psych. I need to touch up that social psych lecture notes. It is incomplete. That's fine. Okay, so Lawrence Kohlberg, 3 levels, each talking about our moral development. As you can see, pre-conventional level, which is level 1, you have 2 stages: obedience and punishment orientation, and individualism and exchange. Guys, this is pretty self-explanatory when you're looking at this. People that are in this stage are only concerned about themselves, only concerned about reward and punishment, gaining reward or avoiding punishment. They don't really care about other people. Individualism and exchange, we are trying to get something out of it. So you do something nice for me, and I'll do something nice for you. So still mostly concerned with themselves. Conventional levels, the middle levels, stages 3, good interpersonal relationships. Remember, this is like the middle school level where everyone is trying to, make sure that everyone likes them. Just like you did in middle school. Stage 4, maintaining social order. Follow the rules. Whatever the rule is, you follow that rule. Doesn't matter the consequences. Follow the rules. Okay. Stage 5, this is like it's not fair. Like it's the fairness stage. Like, yes, rules are important, but look at this situation. It's crazy. We have to, we need to find a way to make this work. Okay. And then stage 6, universal principles. Doesn't matter the situation. This is a universal principle. What is more important? Life is more important. And so it doesn't matter, what's all going down and all the craziness. It's like, this is the way that life should be every single time. And you should take care of people over property or something like that. So, okay, so that is that. Okay, there's a lot. I have a ton of info on all of these parenting styles. Do we need to know the Harlow experiment? Yes, we do. Well, we'll get to that. I haven't gotten to that yet. I have him in there. Okay, so yes, Mohammed, good question. Most of the time, all of Kohlberg's level would be affected by a person's age. But remember, even though the pre-conventional level, stage 1, stage 2, are mostly like younger kids, you're still going to have adults or older people who are super selfish or are dealing with some stuff who are in that stage and still dealing with that thing. Or still being super selfish or still trying, still in stage 1 or stage 2. So that still happens even with older people. Good question. Okay. So, uh, guys, I'm leaving this up to you. We need to hurry on. If you guys have questions about these parenting styles, I've got a laundry list of all of these little aspects that they have. Authoritative parents listen to their children, encourage independence, express warmth and nurturance, blah, blah, blah. And then authoritarian parents tend to be very demanding but not responsive. Parents utilize punishments with little or no explanation. All these things that we talked about in class. Permissive parents, here's a bunch of stuff. And then uninvolved parents, here's a bunch of stuff. It's really cut and dry. Guys, just make sure you don't slip up. Yeah, I agree. Well, the knowing the content, actual parenting is difficult. But just make sure that you don't slip up and mix up authoritative and authoritarian. But otherwise, it's really easy. If you have a question on it, post something. Yes, I got you, Judah. If you have a question on it, post it, and we can talk about it. But otherwise, I'm gonna move forward. Okay. So attachment. You guys know this. Know about the Harry Harlow experiment. One thing that we didn't talk about today, we just couldn't get to, was Mary Ainsworth's strange situation experiment, strange situation study. And so all of this, like secure attachment, anxious, preoccupied, dismissive, fearful, avoidant, all stems from this experiment right here. And we just didn't have the time to cover it. I needed one more day. I needed like one full day to finish all the stuff that I didn't talk about, but we just don't have that time. So, so whatever. This won't be on your quiz. It won't be on your test. We'll cover it later before your final exam, so that we can say we've covered everything. So, don't worry about that. Okay. So attachment styles. Okay. So let's go through this quickly, because I know it's possibly on your quiz and test, but we didn't cover it in class. Okay. Secure attachment, guys. This is just like a good attachment. Like the kid and the parent have like a really good relationship. The child feels safe. They feel like they can that they can try new things and do new things, and that they can always return to the parent and have um, and they can return and be safe and do all those things. Recognize what it's like for a person to be in a secure relationship, especially as they get older. Like, what does that mean if you have a secure bonding as a child? Like, how does that affect you as you get older? And then so this kind of talks about a few things. What do you mean, Oyen? I don't understand your question. Go ahead and tell me what you mean. Okay, so that's good. This is, and a lot of most childhood attachments are secure. Okay, so now we have the insecure attachments, and there's 3 different types: anxious, preoccupied, dismissive, avoidant, and fearful, avoidant. So make sure that you can recognize the difference between these things. Okay, so no, you don't. Good question. No, you don't need to know the exact psychologist with each attachment. Yes, yes, definitely. So anxious, preoccupied. Okay, people with an anxious attachment tend to be desperate to form a fantasy bond. So, so it's really sad. Like, think about the anxious, preoccupied as, look at the words. anxious and preoccupied. Anxious, we're talking about fear of the future, and preoccupied, like thinking about other things. So a person with this sort of attachment style, as I said, is looking for like a fantasy trust. Like they want this thing, this certain, like this feel. They're like, all right, well, love and attachment and closeness feels like this, and they have this picture of it in their mind, and so that's what they like pursue. And oftentimes that can be like really muddled, or that can be something that's like so crazy and difficult to find. And then if it's not like perfect, they really like crawl back into their shell, and or upset with their partner. So at the bottom it says, for example, if their partner starts socializing with more friends, they may think, see, he doesn't really love me, this means he is going to leave me. I was not right to trust him. And so like the person has this view of what should be perfect, and when it's not exactly that thing, they kind of tend to freak out. Okay, so dismissive avoidant. So this is where like as it says, dismissive and avoidant. Avoidant is your big word there. Is that they want this distance from other people, and most, like, human beings, we need some amount of connection, but oftentimes um, they shut down, they kind of move themselves away. um, Oftentimes they kind of distance themselves emotionally, so they have this emotional feeling like I am upset or whatever, and they just like shut that down, they just kind of smother that, to distance themselves from those feelings that they struggle with. And so they just avoid confrontations, they avoid that closeness with someone else, because they're just not comfortable with it. Okay, now this is oftentimes like, and that dismissive part is that emotion, they don't have that emotional, they take those emotions and they kind of, they press it down, so very blank, very mute, emotionally. Now fearful avoidant is that same sort of like moving away from, um, or trying to get distance from other people, but the reason is because of their anxiety. So they have lots of anxiety about um, finding like close relationships, and they just don't feel comfortable in them. Oftentimes um, they can be all over the place with their emotions. They're not like solid and foundational, they're just kind of all over the place. So these are the different attachment styles. Make sure that just be able to summarize each one of them. That's all you really need to know. So be able to like pinpoint, like, okay, well, this person is probably has this type of attachment style. But just keep those things in mind. Okay, and last and certainly not least, we have um, Erickson's psychosocial stages. And we went through all of these today. And so just make sure that you are familiar with, yeah, no FRQ. Make sure that you're familiar with the basic concept of these psychosocial things, which is the crisis. Make sure that you know that during each of these periods of time, you are um, wrestling with some type of crisis. So I think I like this one better. I may change the PowerPoint slide on this, because this is like talking about some real basic things. So like important events, feeding, toilet training, exploration, school, social relationships, real relationships with like almost like singular. Work compared to reflection on life. And so these are like those important events that tie into these crises of what these people are dealing with. So, and they've got like little blurbs over here to talk about it. So I'm gonna skip this unless you guys have a specific question. I'm gonna skip like lecturing over it unless you guys have a specific question on it. Um, Is that okay? Okay. Whew. All right, so we've gotten through social and developmental psych. So what I want to do is I want to. Do you guys have any questions? Like, let me open this up. We're gonna take like 3 to 4 minutes. Any questions that you guys have about anything that we've talked about? Remember, the test on Wednesday is motivation, emotion, and stress, social psychology, and developmental psychology. So any questions about any of those things? Because if you guys don't have, once you guys are done with those questions, I have some not test questions, but questions to ask you to kind of get your brain working on some of this stuff. So I'll give you guys a moment. Yep, yep. That's what I plan on doing, Akash. Once I make sure that no one has any questions about anything specific, so I'm going to give this like another minute. No, you don't need to know the basic virtues. Nope, nope, nope. We're just skimming the surface. You don't need to know the basic virtues. Okay. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to post some questions up here. If you have a question of your own, just post it in the thing and I'll answer it as we go. So, all right, here's the first one. Oh, this is literally right at 200. Yes, the test is definitely progressive. Oh, yeah, so we have questions from all the other stuff too. Yeah, 10 questions from all the old things. Thanks for reminding me, Rotus. Yeah, so, yep. Okay, so here we go. Okay, this, by the way, guys, is what theory of motivation explains this behavior. So for the question that I just asked, what motivation, what theory of motivation? Mohammed, the difference between dismissive and fearful. Dismissive buries their emotions and keeps their emotions. They're like blank slates. And fearful, they are afraid of their emotions. So they're not hiding it, but they're not only afraid of their emotions, but they're afraid of attachment. And so both of them, the reason why they're struggling with this attachment one is because they're burying those emotions, and the other one is hiding them. Yeah. No. Oh, no. No. Motivation isn't on the quiz, but I have to do the review for the test as well. So I'm trying to tackle both of those things. Let me like pull off what this. So I'm trying to cover as many of the bases as possible because I know I need to make sure that I cover some motivation as well. Otherwise, you guys might really stumble on this. Yep, drive reduction is correct. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. All right, let me do another one from. Mm, no, I can't. Yeah, I'm here. I can't do a stream on Tuesday, because I've got soccer. I'm not gonna get home. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm not gonna get home until like 8:30. Hmm. What time am I getting home tomorrow? I have to like pick up. Let me think. I don't think there will be a stream. The game starts at 7:30. No, it starts at 6:30. Isn't until I'm not gonna get home until like 9. Yeah, I won't be able to do a stream tomorrow because I won't even get home until 9 o'clock. And then I don't want you guys like staying up late to like listen to my stream or whatever. So yeah, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is correct. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is what we're looking for. Nope. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Nope. Yep. Okay. Do another one. I have to type this one up. Okay. What theory of moral development does this talk about? Yes. Yeah. Which? Yeah. Kohlberg's theories of moral development. Which stage? Akash, you doing all right there, brother? Yeah, I'd agree with Janelle. I'd say it's stage 6. Are we all like, what's going on? I know I've got more than 2 people on here. I got 35 people on here, guys. Where are y'all at? Where are y'all at? Stage 6, universal principles. Yep, innate judgment. Good, 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 good. All right, here's the next one. Same thing. Or same Kohlberg's stages. These ones are hard. Yeah. Stage 3 is what I would say. Very good. Okay, last one from this one. Stage 3. Stage 3. She's not following any rules. Stage 3 because she Suarez always obeys her teacher because she'd be embarrassed. Because she wants everyone to like her. If you're embarrassed, no one likes her. Some stuff. Yep. Looking for stage 2 on this one. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'm giving you a hug so that you give me candy. I'm giving you something that you like. I can see where stage 1 would be like a toss up. So don't like this kind of question probably wouldn't be on the test, or if it was, I'd only have 1 or 2 because you can really see both of these, but it is more 2 than it is 1. So Okay. Next question. Okay, so um, looking at cognitive development, tell me what stage this child is in. Cognitive development, Piaget. And if you can get the concept, like the term that's being talked about here, super big thumbs up. I would have asked you what level. For the one before, I would have asked you what level instead of what stage. So you would have been like pre-conventional, and I would have been like, yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't have asked you for the specific stage. Some of them will ask for a specific stage, but the one question that I just asked was would have been a level question. Pre-operational, yes, good Lori, yes. Pre-operational egocentrism. Why? What's happening? Child doesn't sneak a cookie when his mom's outside because he thinks that she can see what he sees. That's egocentrism. He hasn't picked up theory of the mind yet. He doesn't recognize that other people um, see different things or do different things. That's why a child will stand right in front of you on a thing. So, yeah, yeah, that's centration. Nope. Oh, centration. No. Yeah, no. Nope, 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 nope. Let's see. Um, um, Here we go. Mm-hmm. Yep, centration is correct. Good boys and girls. Good. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. Yes, that video was awesome. I love that. It's some of my favorite videos that I show in a year. Probably my favorite, actually. Okay, here we go. Last one for cognitive development. What stage? Yeah, sensorimotor stage. Yep. Remember, because think back to what these kids are doing. Are they thinking about stuff according to Piaget? No, they're not thinking about stuff. They're just reacting to stimuli. Ooh, that made a pretty buzzing light or whatever. Ooh, that made another pretty buzzing light. Ooh, and that's why they do things over and over and over again. Okay. Um. Okay. So here's the next one. What concept is this talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. That's not right. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah. Mm, yeah, no, this wasn't a good thing. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. This is confirmation bias. I didn't ask this. I didn't ask this question properly. I kind of just pulled this from an example and it didn't do well. Okay. So, my bad. So, what I really wanted to ask was uh smoker who. Okay, what about that one? Oh, hey, what is this, guys? A smoker who reads that smoking is bad for you. What's happening to them? What's going on in their head? They're doing a certain action and then they read about this thing that says opposite. Wait, I said a smoker who reads that something is bad for you. I've confused everyone. I'm trying to talk about cognitive dissonance. Is this not this question hasn't been done very well. I'm talking about cognitive dissonance. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Kevin Dean. Okay. Yeah, cognitive dissonance. Okay. I didn't do a very good job. That's my bad. There's no context. I just there's a smoker. He reads that smoking's bad for you. Now he's got to make a decision. Does he keep reading, or does he keep smoking, or does he stop? Okay, here we go. Here's just this is not an example. Just what is this term? Explains the bystander effect. People are less likely to take action or feel a sense of responsibility in the presence of a large group of people. We did not talk about this actually today. Too. Sorry. Yes, good Lori. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Diffusion of responsibility, not social loafing. Diffusion of responsibility. Yep. All right, next question. Yes. Yes. Yep. Fundamental attribution error. Very good. Mm, good. Mm. All right, who's this person? Good. Milgram. Good. All right. Um, I know I have some other. Hold on. Give me a second. Now I have a couple more questions to ask you. This question is based. This question is based off Erickson. Which stage is going on with Erickson? Okay. Yes, inferiority. Good. Inferiority. All right. Here we go. A preschooler insisting on picking out her own clothes no matter how mismatched they are. What stage is this? Is this an example of? Mm-hmm. Yes. Autonomy is what we are looking for. Good. Uh, okay. Good, 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 good. Now there's other stuff I want to ask. I probably need to. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Oh, I know what I'm gonna ask, or I know where I'm gonna get these questions from. This is a parent that does. Oh, oops. Okay. Three aspects of what parenting style does this look like? Good. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. Authoritarian is correct. Very good. Okay. All right. It is 9:30, guys, or actually 9:29. So let me give you one more question. Let me do another one of those Kohlberg ones. You guys were eyeballing that pretty tough. Okay, here we go. All right. There you go. Last question for the night. I will go to sleep soon. Very soon. All right, you guys are good. I know that is not covering all the things, but those are some like major points, and you will definitely, or major aspects and stuff that you'll definitely see on your quiz tomorrow and or test. So, okay, guys. So that is going to do it for me. I am going to go to bed. So, good luck. Don't stay up too late tonight, guys. Make sure that you go to bed, please. Otherwise, yes, you sent me that email, right? So long as you sent me that email, I will watch it right after this. Yep, I got it. Cool. All right, I will definitely watch that after this. So, okay, guys, thank you very much for hopping on the stream with us tonight. Please make sure that you get some sleep tonight. Relax, settle down. I'd called Teddy up here, but he's sleeping, so I'm going to leave him to his sleep. Yep. Um, yep. Stay strong. You guys will be good. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.